Hey, chat. Hello. A little bit of technical difficulties because Cam's been away. But we should be back now. I'm back now. Cam is still plugging his microphone in. And now Cam's mic is on. Hey, chat. Happy Friday. How is everyone?
Hello.
Look, it's Cam. He's so handsome.
How are you all? Yes, the night rain has taken over. That is so true, bestie. It's good, that game.
Producer song. Did we lock door?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Sleep well. I did not sleep well. I went to bed at 5 a.m. After playing Night Rain. Well, I guess I slept well, just for a short time. It's like 6 hours. So it's like fine, right? But that game is very good. Trying to find MRC Alter Cleric Foils. If you do, Murgle, instead of buying them, just send those people to me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm still looking for 2 siphoning fractals.
True. Opened one yesterday. No, thank you. Dude, Volda's so hot. I want those Voldas. I think I can get away with buying them for a criminal price because nobody actually wants them. I want to buy Neos foils.
Hey, Poro.
I did not open any. I'm sorry, Travis.
Is Hector good? Can you tell me that? I'm trying to figure it out, and I think he's bad, but...
Yeah, Volda only kind of maybe doesn't work with Rebuke. You have to be like very deliberate about it. Like, obviously she doesn't work with Rebuke, but you can be very deliberate, sort of, about how it works. I don't know if Hector's good. I know the other one's good. Throne Sentinel's crazy.
Throne Sentinel, yeah. I don't have to ask you about that card. I'm just trying to figure out if Hector is good, because when I read him, he seems pretty bad.
Poro, can you tell us if you think that Hector's hot? I think that surely,
Hector is hot.
That surely must be allowed.
That is true. He is hot.
And I know what Travis would say. Says, of course. Of course Hector's hot, but we gotta pop that shirt off. Sword too small. Yeah, a lot of people have that issue. Huh?
Yeah, I got that issue.
Yeah, new cards are cool. We'll play them tonight. See what the word is.
Yeah, I'm
I don't think it's gonna be a massive shakeup, honestly.
I don't either. I think my Tony deck gets better.
It's true. Tony gets some real tools.
I was actually like looking at stuff, and I think there might be a world where you can play Tony like you play Luxem.
Sure.
I think all his allies are strong enough to do that now.
He said ally. Getting Sylvian frame.
Oh. Yeah. I think the Neos allies are strong enough now.
They're good.
And just make it like you rush to 3, play a bunch of sick allies, kill your opponent with them.
It's fair. Worried about Tony being pretty baller. Yeah, I think he's good. I think he's a skill gap champion though.
Yeah.
So the layman will not play Tony. So he does require you to work hard. And why work hard when you can cast Burst Asunder instead? We'll talk about that on the show. Woo! No, it was actually very good Nationals.
Yeah.
Despite the menace that is Burst. Forgelight Shield Maiden is a wild card. Are you the one behind the buyout? Was that your post, Myrtle? I saw somebody post buying 100 Forgelight Shield Maidens at Worlds for $10 or something. Yeah, it didn't even win. It's not even that good, dude. You're so right. Poro, you're so right. That guy's so smart. Yeah. I have some words. I'm sure Steve has some words about fractals as well. And this will be, I guess, I was going to say our last words about fractals. I think we do have a ban list on Monday.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, it's June 2nd, I think. Yeah. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe things move around a little bit. I would not be surprised. But I'll save that for when we start the show, so we don't waste our good conversation. Can't wait to play Windbless Lookout. True. She looks so familiar. I feel like I've seen her somewhere.
Is that Outlook at Home?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's good. It's a good card.
I can't honestly. I
afternoon,
can't
Al.
remember all of these names. It's all the names now.
Just gotta look at them.
Yeah, but I don't care anymore.
Oh, okay.
It says assassin.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
That's true. You found your place.
Yeah, I should have been in this place the whole time.
Guardian's cool, man.
So
With like big sword swing.
with the amount of success I had with Guardian originally, I should have just been on it the whole time.
And
not-
Tony's hot.
And Tony's hot.
Sail's hot too.
And CL's hot. And I can heavy swing, and that's kind of sick.
True. Who doesn't like a good heavy swing?
Although I do think that new card is pretty good. If you have taunt.
Oh yeah, that card's great. Yeah, it's what? It's like a 2 for 5 or something, right?
Yeah.
If you have taunt, cost 3 less.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Gonna be playing them. Take
But then
points.
you play the heavy swing after that,
Right.
or
Yeah.
before that.
7 cards. You
Mhm.
heavy swing and then I don't know the
Then the next card you play, or next turn you play the 2 for 5.
No. You have 7
Punch,
cards, you
punch,
just do
punch.
both. Or 8 cards, you do both. Right? Oh no, you can't. There's no untapping.
The fuck are you smoking?
Uh
This guy's smoking some crack.
Whoa. Hold on. Al's talking about Final Fantasy. Look, that reminds me of a certain Final Fantasy character took identity of her twin. I don't know who he's talking about.
It's that meme. I get it. Doesn't get it at all. Was that a Pop Team Epic meme?
Are you talking about, like, Alize? Oh, Ida. Yeah, okay. I don't get it.
All right. I'm gonna pull up our thing. So today, Chatterino, we're gonna talk about I was about to say U.S. nationals. I'm sorry, Canada,
North America.
North American nationals. We're gonna talk about that today, as I was there, and we can get Steve's opinion on the matter. Then we have some tidbits to go over, which is fun. We love tidbits.
Tidbits.
I was told by one Silidar himself that he is quite excited for tidbits. He likes when we talk about the tidbits. And so maybe if he's watching, we can get another one.
Poor, I wanted to make
Right
that
now.
joke, but I couldn't. Couldn't bring myself to do it.
Dude, shout out to Canada. Superior made top 8. Canadian player at North American Nationals. So shout out to you, Canada, and to you, Superior, for not playing the cringe deck and also making top 8.
This is also my reminder to all you Final Fantasy players. Go do your society quests because the mount is sick.
Did you see the Talk GA ice cream meme?
Yes, and I retweeted it. It was so good.
So good.
It's so good.
They're so
I'm
good.
sorry for yelling into the mic, but
They're-
like,
they're so good.
if you haven't seen the Talk GA
Go check it out. It's very good.
ice cream video,
Yeah.
you need to either go to my Twitter and watch it, or go to their Twitter and watch it
Nani
because it was so good.
It's very, very good. Shout out.
I
to
watched
our
it like
friends.
40 times in a row, just like dying laughing.
Superior is a lake? What? Shut up. My God. This guy.
This guy gets it.
It's it's much easier to listen to Theo talk when you like get to look at his handsome face, but when I have to do it like
Yeah, when
like
it's
this,
just a
oh,
Chicaplu, you're like, oh, God.
Might be the best GA piece of content since the HVN spoiler video. Wow, I appreciate that. I know, I miss you too, Perfy. Hey, congratulations! I'm gonna shower you with compliments on the show shortly. But congratulations, very proud of you. Feel like just this past weekend. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it was just this past weekend. But don't worry, guys. Dude, it's like 3 weeks or something now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I gotta buy my flight
me
today.
too, man. I think I have to wait till next week. It's fucking rent day today. But yeah, we'll see you guys in just a couple of weeks. So don't worry about it. We'll see you, Perfy, playing at the World Championship, allegedly. I think so. Nod if I'm correct. I think I'm correct. I don't think that's finalized yet, but I think I'm correct.
Well, of course, I'll also see all of you in chat at Ascent Boston.
True. Every single person.
one of you.
Yeah. Actually, if you're not at Ascend Boston, never show your face in chat again because
Dead to us.
Dead to us. That's not true, but don't leave us. What was I doing? Oh, I was just doom scrolling. I forgot what I was doing. I was going on one Grey Wolf's Twitter to pull up the tidbits.
I think I'm flying into Long Beach, actually, Murgle.
Yeah, I have to look again. I'm sort of torn where like LAX sucks, but if it's LAX and I'm checking a bag, I always worry about connecting flights and my bag getting lost.
The Southwest flights I found, it only has one connecting flight on the way back.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Direct to California, and
Nice.
then on the way back, there's a stop.
That's pretty pog.
And
I don't
it's
care
like-
if they lose my bag on the way back.
And it's like $380.
Okay, sick.
So
Yeah, let's do
we
that.
can look at it.
Southwest?
Yeah.
Southwest, my first time I flew this weekend on Southwest. I'd never done it before.
Mm-hmm.
They do that like really weird curse thing where you don't have assigned seats.
Yeah.
However, fingers crossed it goes just as well. Matt and I
Just sat next to each other.
went to the exact back row of the plane
Mm-hmm.
because of course you do that.
Oh, like we did?
Yeah.
That was sick.
But
But we bought those.
correct. And we didn't have a middle seat, so we got the whole row to ourselves. So we
Nice,
just sat
nice.
on the aisle in the
Nice.
window, and obviously nobody wants to be like, I'm going to go all the way to the back of the plane and sit in between these two idiots.
Yeah.
And they didn't. Real fucking Karen to our left, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. There was the people in front of us before takeoff were, like, watching a video with the sound on, which is, like, maybe a little uncouth.
Yeah,
right?
not politically.
But, like, it's before the plane takes off.
Right.
I don't give a shit, and it's pretty quiet. But, like, I can hear it. And then Karen, while they're, like, doing, checks before they, like, undock the plane from the tunnel.
Yeah.
She, like, grabs one of the flight attendants on their way, like, back through the plane. She's like, can you tell them that they can't do that? I was like, that's insane.
That's
Mind you,
insane.
they're in front of us,
Yeah.
and she is, like, the other row on our left.
That's so funny.
And I had to stop Matt from making a scene because he is also a Karen, and so he wants.
He was gonna,
He
but
wants to fight the Karen.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
an
the
anti-Karen.
Karen for justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was me. It was also Travis. Yeah, true.
But yeah, I was looking at flights, and I think that's the one I want to take.
Okay.
It is one of the cursed ones, though. I think we get back at like 8 a.m. on Tuesday.
I don't care about getting back. I just care about getting.
Yeah, it was one. It
There.
was direct there,
Yeah.
and then on the way back, it was.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I want to look at it today, and like,
Sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, we're gonna do a show, I guess.
Yeah.
Trevor's here too. Hi, Trevor.
Hello, producer San.
I didn't mic him up because he doesn't want to yell at you, but know that he's watching you, and if you do anything bad, he'll ban you. So, all right, showtime. You ready for showtime?
I'm ready for showtime.
Showtime. Point.
Wait.
And if you all do your best to summon Silidar, maybe. Hi. Maybe
So-
by the end of the show, if you all do your best to summon Silidar,
We'll get a tidbit.
he will post tidbit number 13. I mean, by that, 12. I mean 12.
No, it's
I mean
13.
12?
13.
11.
13.
24.
13.
22? Hi.
12 came out last night.
13.
12 is the one I'm excited about that I retweeted.
They're all like actually pretty exciting. And that's what I said when I saw them. That these aren't just like 3 frog emojis. They're like words that we can talk about, which is cool.
Oh, yeah. I forgot Tidbit 10. Tidbit 10 is the one I was memeing on in our chat.
What if I just go post a tidbit? Is it you flipping me off? Because if so, I'll take it. 50-50 chance you're lying. That's pretty good. I take those odds.
Yeah.
50-50? That's pretty good.
I would also take just him saying Tidbit X,
Yeah.
and it's just him flipping us off
yeah,
again.
yeah, get bent. Yeah. All right. Steven.
Oop, oop, oop.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Lineage Break, Grand Archive TCG podcast. I'm your host, Cam. With me, as always, is Trusty Steven.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I was concerned there for a second.
A shutdown.
Yeah, you're just like, boo. Like, oh, we lost Cam.
I am a robot.
Happy Friday, Cam. Welcome back to beautiful, overcast Marlborough, Massachusetts.
Woo, St. Louis sucks. If you're from St. Louis.
Happy Friday, chat. How are we all doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Steven?
Yeah, big energy today.
We're big vibing. We've been away for a couple of weeks, so it's good to be back on stream.
I do love everyone in chat, and I love doing the podcast. But I gotta say, a week off.
It's nice.
I got up at 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to rush to your house.
Mm-hmm.
I got to play video games all day.
True.
To the point where one Audier
sent
me a text message at 6 o'clock and said, "Are you coming? You better be coming."
To locals last week?
Yeah.
That's so good.
I was just like,
all right.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm meandering.
There was a locals last week, right? Like,
yeah.
Enough people showed up.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good. Yeah, we're back. Dinosaurs story. Thank you for being here. Shout out to anybody that I saw in St. Louis. Thank you for your kind words and for watching the show. It means a lot.
Whoa, that was a good one.
Yeah, we're back. We're talking a little bit about North American Nationals today, and then we have some TTR tidbits.
Tidbits.
We love tidbit season.
Yeah, God, it's
my,
so good.
It's my favorite time. The speculation is fun, and we're always wrong about everything. But like, it's it's a fun time to do it. But before we talk about any tidbits, let's talk about that thing that happened last week. Last weekend was North American Nationals in air quotes St. Louis.
How was Collinsville?
It was fine. I'm like a rock star, Steven.
Yeah.
I'm like Steven Tyler. Is he canceled? I don't know. It's hard to choose a rock star to compare yourself to that's not canceled. Who can we use?
Gene Simmons.
I'm like Gene Simmons, and by that I mean I go to an event and I go to glorious St. Louis, which I'm sure is a very nice place, and everyone will be like, "How is St. Louis?" I go to the hotel and I go home. So like, I don't know how St. Louis is. I didn't go. I spent my entire weekend in like a really, really strange. It was like, it's this giant parking lot. Think like the size of like a mall parking lot, but without the mall.
Okay.
The mall is absent.
Okay.
And in it is the convention center, which was very nice. 4 hotels, I think. A couple of restaurants. And then nothing else as far as you can see, because it's a flat, cursed place. You can't even see the city from where you are. So like, as far as I know, I'm like in the middle of the desert is where we spent our weekend. So like, it didn't feel like I went to St. Louis at all. I missed the fireworks as well, which is cringe. There was fireworks.
Did you watch Pirates?
No pirates. I can't do it without you. It's a tradition that we share, and I can't do that with Andrew. But anyways, it was lovely. North American Nationals was there, and lots of competitive players came out to fight for their last chance to get Worlds spots ever. Last chance.
I had a lot of fun watching the stream because every now and then I was like, just like pointing people out. I was like, oh, I know all those people. I was watching it with a bunch of normies. Yeah. Because I went and had dinner with one Nicholas Peterson.
Nice.
And
I like that, Nick Peterson.
We were just like all hanging out, and I was like watching the stream on my phone. They're like, we can just put that on the TV. I'm like, I don't want to burden you.
Nice.
I don't want to burden you. And then they were like, just do it. And I was like, all right, cool.
So I mean, Nick saw me on camera.
Yeah, Nick
How
saw
cute.
you on camera.
Yeah, it was quite a stacked tournament. I think it was like 204 players, if I remember correctly, and it was super stacked, as you expect from NA. And there's a lot of discussion about the way that these Worlds invites work, and the passing down of Gauntlet slots and the passing down of World slots and whatever. I don't think any of that is confirmed. What I've heard is that it's sometime in the next week people will like be locked in, and so we'll know who has Worlds invites, who has Gauntlet invites, and then maybe like next week or something when we have some downtime, we can have a little discussion about how we feel about the Worlds format and all that fun stuff. But today we're just going to talk about the event and then do some tidbits. I, of course, want to take a few moments before we talk about the metagame of the event to congratulate our top 8 players, which was like pretty insane. I don't know if I got this across on coverage, but huge shout out to True Champion Gaming. Maybe you guys have heard of them.
I haven't. Who are they?
They are a competitive Grand Archive team that had just like the kind of the most spectacular showing that I've seen of any team ever in the history of Forever. Where 5 of them came to the event. All 5 of them made day 2. 3 of them made top 8, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So shout out to them, being Gerthos and Perfy, and of course the GOAT, Caben Schwarzentuber, all made top 8. Shout out to Main Deck. Also had 2 people in the top 8. Both Mitch and Taylor made top 8. So congratulations to you, gentlemen. Shout out to Canada, Superior.
Your one player.
Our one Canadian. It is North American Nationals for a reason, so we have some Canadian representation in our top 8.
I have to point something out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what Nationals it is.
Yeah.
TCG is just going to be in your top 8.
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah, they did so well, and I think it does really show that Dan wasn't really shy about saying it on camera that True Champion and Main Deck worked together for national season, and I think that is super telling. There are 5 Fractal decks in the top 8 of this event, and we'll talk about that. But all 5 of those are on TCG and Main Deck, which is really, really impressive. So congratulations to those guys. Huge congrats to our GOAT, Korax, who I was rooting for, and then he biffed it in the quarters. But he did win his 5th 6 match, so he did get a direct invite to Worlds. So congrats to Korax. And then, of course, congratulations to Joe Facha for winning the event.
Yeah.
His first premier event top 8. And he's like, if you look at his Fractal, you guys should definitely go look at Joe Facha's Fractal, because he's like a really, really talented player where like almost every event that he's played, like Ascents and Nationals and stuff, he's like somewhere in the like 16 to 20 range, where like he always does really well, but not well enough to get top 8. And so this was his like breakout performance, and obviously he won the event, which is really impressive, and not playing the Boogeyman deck, which is even more impressive. So,
and not even that, just like playing like some of the best players in the world.
Yeah, man.
On the Boogeyman deck.
Yeah. And
beating them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
very
I was watching the semifinals match with Caben, and I was just like, there was so many times where I'm like, oh, Caben's just got it, and then Joe Facha just did something out of left field, and I'm like, oh wow,
super, super impressive. Yeah, taking down several TCGs on his journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really impressive stuff. So congrats to you, John. We'll see you at Worlds. So before we have the fun stuff, let's talk about that top 8 a little bit. I've spent a lot of time talking about fractals in regard to Sylvie. And maybe I just like feel worse about Sylvie in hindsight, where like usually I'm like, well, like Fractal is clearly the best deck, but it's not like unbeatable. You can like build to beat it. It's got there's some holes in its armor, right? And it's not as bad as Sylvie was. Then we got this Nationals top 8 that had 5 Fractal decks in the top 8. And I took a second. I was like, well, surely this can't be as bad as Chicago was, right? The fabled 6 Sylvie top 8, and it's not 6, but the representation both day 1, day 2, higher for fractals than it was for Chicago era Sylvie, and so I don't know.
I think there's a lot.
Maybe there's a problem.
I think there's a lot to say to that though, because like if you remember Chicago era Sylvie, it was just like there was a lot less ways to remove the cards that stopped that deck from working.
Yeah.
But everyone was already playing Sylvie.
Right.
Now it feels like you have to build specifically to stop that kind of graveyard deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then even with that, we've saw Joe Facha win through a Nullifying Lantern on this Genbu deck.
Yeah.
So like it's definitely like a weird parallel, right? Like back in the day, you play Null Lantern, the Sylvie deck loses.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda. I guess there was other ways that deck wins besides milling you out because Icebound Slime existed. But but now you have the similar deck functioning without Nullifying Lantern or functioning through Nullifying Lantern, playing into this fractal deck that if you can stumble them for a turn or absorb some of their damage, you just like beat it.
Yeah, it's hard. Comparing numbers directly, it doesn't tell all the story, and I think that's what you mean.
Yeah, I'm kind of rambling. Too many thought.
I get you. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel as bad, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe it's still an issue. It does have to be said that there's 5 fractal decks, 2 Genbu decks in our top 8, right? So it's 7 of these water-based sort of like tempo decks, these Lost in Thought Fractal of Rain decks, if you will. And so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see some movement. We do have a ban list on Monday. Mm-hmm. Personally, I'm sort of 2 minds where Worlds is coming up, and we really want the Worlds format to be cool. And even though MRC Alter, which comes out today, is quite cool, and I think there's some sweet cards that people are going to get to play with, I don't know that it really shifts the meta in any significant direction. And so without any changes to the ban list, the format that we saw at Nationals will probably be the format for Worlds, which I don't think is the end of the world, but from a viewership standpoint, it feels a little bit bad. So I'm curious to see what they do on Monday. Lost in Thought is Category 1. I would be kind of shocked if it didn't go to Category 2. I'm just curious if they will do more than that, if they do want to actually affect the format for Worlds, because there's not a whole lot of time to prepare for it. All of the players that have qualified playing some version of this current format. And so, I don't know if a shake-up 3 weeks before the biggest tournament of the year is a good idea, but from a viewership standpoint, it would be cool to not watch Fractals for 14 rounds over Worlds weekend.
Do you think that if the Fractals deck gets hit in any way, do you think that that removes it, creates a vacuum almost where Genbu just skyrockets to the top because of it?
I think Genbu is a easier deck to combat. With Censor of Restful Peace and Nullifying Lantern and Icebound Slam being banned, I think it is pretty hard for us to see that Water Ari esque meta, the Sylvie Nico meta from
6 months ago,
last season. I think it's harder to see that. I think the problem that Fractals has is that it has that sort of Water Ari top end as far as skill ceiling goes, but it has a much higher floor. And so I think that's why it does so well in Swiss, that I would say if you play 12 rounds of Swiss, 6 of those rounds you probably just steal because your deck is very powerful, right? And you just burst people out of the game, especially in the earlier rounds. So I think if you remove that deck from the format, I don't know how they do that, and I don't know that that's even a consideration. But if that deck were removed from the format, I think Genbu does still get that, Joe Facha winning the event, high skill level portion, but you lose the floor. I think the floor of Genbu is much lower because you're not a fucking Burst Asunder deck, right? So it's a harder to steal games.
Right.
Everybody says that Genbu is the draw machine, right? You get a shit ton of draws on Genbu because it has a hard time finishing the game, and so I don't think it would be that not that it wouldn't be tier 1, but I don't think it would be that meta defining Giga broken deck. I think we would actually just see a lot of allies, Luxem, especially with the new cards. I think like Wind Robots looks really good, and with Clarent, I think Lorraine Wind Robots looks really good. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just I'm curious to see what they do on Monday. I don't think the format is awful, so like I'm not. If they don't change anything, I think that's okay. I just from a viewership standpoint of like the biggest event of the year, I think it would be cool if we didn't have to watch Fractals for 12 rounds.
Right. Also, I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention that there was a pretty big rules change at the beginning of Nationals.
Yeah.
In the form of how time going to time works
Pretty
now.
massive, yeah.
So from my understanding of the announcement, the way it works now is that if you are in overtime,
Yes.
and that ends, time ends, the 5 minutes.
The 5 minutes in overtime is called, yeah.
Everything on the currently on the stack, will resolve, and you are still able to add to that stack.
That's correct.
Okay.
Or if you're in the combat phase, that combat phase also resolves.
Okay.
So if you're like mid declaring an attack, you will go through the entirety of that combat phase until the damage step. And then
For that one, like
correct for that
one
attack. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So like I couldn't, I have lethal on board. I attack with 2 guys, I win.
Yeah.
But I've only attacked with 1 time.
You're only going to resolve that one. Yeah. Yeah. It's mostly like you attack with your Genbu. A bunch of stuff is going to happen in the combat step because that's how that deck works. All of that will resolve. Damage will resolve, and then after cleanup, the game is ended. And it's the same with the current effect stack. You can still add to it, but as soon as the stack is completely clear, the game ends.
Yep.
Which I think is a good change. I think either way, like no matter what you do to the overtime rules, there's going to be a way to abuse it, and so people will always be like, "Well, this means that you can do X, Y, and Z." But you could do X, Y, and Z the other way as well. Like people that are going to abuse the rules are going to abuse the rules, and you ban them as a result. So I do think holistically is a good change. Does mean that I think more games will end decisively than they did before. So hopefully we'll get less IDs and or less unintentional draws. And I would be curious. Maybe I'll do some digging and ask some of the tournament reporters. I wonder if there was less unintentional draws at North American Nationals as a result.
I know that a lot of our friends drew. Shout out to Team Lineage Break.
Yeah. Team Lineage Break did not have the best weekend, but I'm very proud of our team.
I also want to give a special congratulations to one Lineage Break Travis.
Yes.
For just narrowly missing 15 points to hit day, or 16 points to hit day 2. Hitting 15 must have been real tough.
One more huge shout out to Lineage Break Tex for being the only 6-2 in the day 2 event to not make top 16. Got 17th place at 6-2.
That's tough.
That's our king.
Also, I would like to point out that Travis walking around in the Akatsuki robe with the horse mask over the weekend was golden every time I saw him in the background.
It's a shame I could not get him on camera, but I wasn't thinking about it in the moment, but it's like truly insane for Travis to wear the Akatsuki robe and the horse mask that you guys can see in our HVN spoiler video. But to pack those on a trip that he had to fly for, like that didn't register with me at first. Where it's like, oh, he brought his meme costume. That's funny. He put it in his luggage. Like he had to make space for it to fly with on the plane with his horse mask. So,
Travis, did you wear that during games?
No, he couldn't. He couldn't see. He couldn't see
okay. That's what I was like. I was wondering that. I'm like,
certainly
that would have been so unhinged. Some mental damage to your opponent there for sure.
And you guys can see that at Worlds because I'm sure he'll bring it to Worlds as well. So that's North American Nationals. We hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching coverage. We really do appreciate it. We put a lot of work into it, and we hope it was a good show for you. Hopefully you guys like hand cams.
Dude, the first time I saw it, I was like, hand cam! Oh, yes! It's so good!
It was a real pain in the ass for Shinja to do.
Yeah.
So we hope that you like it.
I loved it.
So all that competitive nonsense is out of the way. Do you guys even care about competitive Grand Archive? What you guys want to hear is us talk about that new distorted reflections stuff. We have some tidbits to talk about, some rampant speculation to do. And man, we got some good ones today. And we're gonna catch up with our silly dar tidbits and talk all about what we think DTR is gonna look like. And a reminder, folks, it's coming sooner rather than later. We're at like the 8-week mark now, yeah? About 8 weeks out from DTR. If I was a betting man, I assume that we will see design notes sooner rather than later, probably Worlds. So you guys will get all that juice in a couple of weeks. But until then, we have some tidbits to talk about, and we will say some things that are probably just holistically wrong, but we appreciate you guys sticking with us and speculating. So, last we talked, so that you guys can catch up, if you're reading the tidbits, following along with us, you can do so at twitter.com/Silidar. Does that still work? Can you use twitter.com? Probably. x.com/
The everything app.
Silidar. Not sponsored. We hate Elon Musk. The last time that we talked about tidbits was DTR tidbit number 8, which is just a scroll emoji, which we speculated might mean a mastery coming for one of our new champions.
Yeah, thanks to chat for pointing out.
we're stupid. But after that is where we're going to start. We're going to start with tidbit number 9, Steve.
Actually, I would like to start with an unofficial tidbit.
Okay.
Before we get into the meat.
I like the meat.
Unofficial tidbit.
Yeah.
Grey Wolf. Icebound Slam CSR was planned to be an MRC altar.
That would have been a good one.
Until it got banned.
Yeah, card
Shame.
Sucks. So I'm glad it's gone.
I'm not.
But
I miss it.
Would have been cool.
DTR tidbit number 9. There's an object card that has an activated ability that triggers its on-enter abilities.
Neat.
I don't understand.
I think that's pretty cool.
But, yeah.
Well, so, like, I'm thinking of, let's assume, I assume it's a regalia. I think that would make the most sense. But, just like use any object as an example. Of course, the one that comes to mind. I'm a cleric player. Is Mnemonic Charm, right? So Mnemonic Charm says on enter, draw a card into your memory. Sacrifice 2 and power 2. It's like if a card said on enter, draw a card into memory, and then it had pay 3,
draw a card
rest,
into memory.
draw a card into memory.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a weapon we have an attack card where when it enters the intent you can pay 0 or pay 0 X amount of times to suppress your opponent's stuff. That's essentially a trigger that has an activated ability.
So yeah, definitely interesting. And I don't know exactly what it'll be.
No. I think you're right with the regalia.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, it's an object, they said, right? So it could be on an ally. That would just be weirder, I think.
Yeah. The next card, or the next tidbit here, I had made, when I read it, I immediately went into our group chat and I had posted. It's like, if this card isn't absolutely broken, then they did too much.
Yeah.
They overcooked. So tidbit number 10.
Yeah.
There's a card that has class bonus, element bonus, and Diana bonus on it.
Well, I do think this is interesting where class bonus, Diana bonus, whatever. We put those on a billion cards. Lots of things have champion bonus. However, I think I would argue that I think all of the cards that have a champion bonus are like pretty busted on purpose because they don't want other rangers to be able to use them.
Right.
It's strange in the fact that her name is Diana, so both of the rangers, aside from Polcock, can use it.
I think this is an Astra card, though.
Well, I think maybe. I think usually the powerful cards are locked behind the advanced element, so I think that makes sense. But something to note, which I think is pretty interesting, is there is a very small list of cards that have element bonus. And notably, almost all of the cards, maybe all of the cards that have element bonus, it's for the reason that they have some sort of text when they are in a zone that is not in your hand. That's why they have element bonus. So you think about like the Luxem cards have element bonus because you reveal them out of your memory. like Seaside Ringleader and the Ranger one, whatever it's called, Seaside Rangefinder and Relentless Hex Chaser, all have element bonus because they have effects while in your graveyard. So I assume that this is a card that has text not in your hand, which is why it has element bonus, because otherwise you would be able to activate it
Right.
willy-nilly without having that element. So
That makes sense.
So it might be an Aster card that has text outside of your hand, which is cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting to see what that would be.
Yeah, I think element bonus is interesting because they use it very sparingly. So
Next up, we have DTR Tidbit number 11. The Divine Relic of the set has a static ability keyword that has never been printed on a Regalia before.
So
Interesting.
have you done the research?
I have not.
When the second this was posted, I did the research, so I think I know the answer, but I would like to hear what you think it might be before I tell you what I think the answer is. Because I've done the research, so I cheated. I looked at all of the Regalia to see, what have they not put on a Regalia before? And there's surprisingly few keywords that you could put on a Regalia. It doesn't have ambush, right?
Could it? It could.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
It could,
it can't be. It can't be. What are the keywords on the Majestic Spirit?
True Sight, Intercept.
Yeah, it can't be those. It could. Yeah, right. So I guess it could be ambush. I didn't assume it to be ambush.
Hindered? No.
There's a lot of Regalia with hindered. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. There's too many keywords where I couldn't just blind guess.
So my guess. Because if we know Silidar, Silidar loves a technicality. That's my guy who loves a technicality. And so the only reason that I think that this tweet exists is because there is a keyword that is kind of on Regalia. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Oh, shit. I was gonna say immortal, but that's on the Fate Stones, right? They have immortal on their front side. On their front side, but not their back side.
Yes.
Interesting. So it can't be immortal. That was actually that was my guess, but I forgot about this.
Maybe it is ambush.
Maybe it's ambush. That'd be cool. It's been a minute since we got a ally out of the
material deck.
Material deck is just spirit, right?
Yeah.
There's no other ones.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, I thought it was immortal, but that's on Fate Stones. Could be taunt, because that's on the opposite side of Fate Stones, and they are not Regalia on their opposite side.
Correct.
Interesting. Let's go with ambush.
Yeah,
we're gonna go with ambush.
Lock in ambush.
Lock in ambush. I'm stupid. I thought it was immortal.
Say it with our chest, so we're confident.
Ambush.
DTR number 12. This set introduces a new ally archetype, primarily in the fire element. Chat, if you remember a few weeks ago, we did a little speculation on CL, and we were talking about how in a lot of the art that we've seen, there's been a undead fiery, the fire cards have an undead aspect to them, so I'm very much assuming that it is going to be some sort of undead or skeleton or something of the such.
Yeah, I think that's the easy answer. Just because CL is a fire starter deck, right? So he's technically designed to be a fire deck. Who knows what that means as far as implications in the main set? It's hard. I do think that I agree that that's probably the easiest. It's some sort of reanimator thing, zombies or skeletons or whatever. It's tough when they do these ally archetypes, because we get little we get little hints of archetypes sort of periodically, right? We got automatons in Azoth block. We got Phantasias in HVN. And I don't know, it kind of sucks. I really like typal stuff. I'm a big fan of typal stuff. And so I hope that we start getting things that are, or horses. I hope we start getting things that are sort of like more widely applicable,
Mhm.
like something that they start and continue supporting,
Right.
because I think archetype
like maidens.
decks are really cool. Yeah, like the Fantasia allies, horses, automatons. And we've seen like a lot of automaton support, but it's just because we have anecdotally seen all of the altar sets for the 2 sets they were printed in. Like, there's
Right.
no automaton support outside of Azoth block. So yeah, I hope, for your sake, that it's like undead or skeletons or something.
Mhm.
But I also hope, for my sake, that they continue supporting that, because I think typal stuff is cool.
I agree.
But it's hard without like really any information to know what they mean by this. Because like maybe it's not a CL thing, and maybe it's just a fire thing.
Yeah, that could be true.
And
too.
what would maybe they start doing elementals or something, which is like a
That'd be neat.
sort of fantasy
Yeah.
fire inspired sort of thing.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Typically in the fire element is strange because we don't. I guess aside from the maidens, we don't really have another example
Right.
where the Fantasia allies from HVN are all green cards, except for the one that is a norm card.
And the one that is a tarot card.
Yes. But I would say this, primarily in would fit for that. If it said there's a new archetype in HVN, primarily in wind, it would be this Fantasia allies.
Yeah.
And so maybe it'll be something like that, where it is for CL, and you get like a norm one and a number one, and then a bunch of fire ones.
Mhm.
But hopefully they're hot zombie girls.
Also, Theo, when you gonna flame me in chat, make sure you capitalize the T in the, because I'm the edgelord.
They must have amnesia because they forgot I'm him. So yeah, that's cool. We went through those two
Oh my god.
too quickly.
Yeah, we did.
Just blazed right through those. We need more tidbits to talk
Yeah.
about.
Hey, Sil, can you post a
Sil.
tidbit?
I'm really excited though. I every time they show us art for this new set,
Yeah.
it's just it's so good.
Yeah, dude. The last one was.
It's just so me-pilled for sure. So I'm really excited to hopefully see more. I'm really curious where like I don't know, Steven, where are they going to show us design notes?
It has to be Worlds, right?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Like, there's no other event between now and Worlds, and then the set is out 2 weeks after Worlds.
But it would be like, it feels like it would be so much easier if we had the design notes beforehand, right? Because like, what are they going to show us the design notes at the end of the weekend?
No, it could be on
I
day
guess.
0.
Oh, I guess yeah. There's like an opening celebration.
Yeah.
It could be at the beginning. Is there 2 presentations? I guess if there's 2 presentations, that makes a little bit more sense, right? There's like an opening ceremony presentation on day 0, and then they do the typical closing ceremony on Sunday. I think that makes sense. You're a smart guy.
But also, like, it's weird. It's like very weirdly timed, because like it's usually 3 weeks before the set comes out that spoiler season starts.
Yeah,
and it's going to be kind of tough if, unless they're doing it differently than they have before, where like content creators aren't making videos.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that would be, I think, odd.
Because
I guess
like,
it would be different. Yeah.
Because it's gonna be kind of hard to like film videos when we're at Worlds, and then there's not a lot of time after Worlds to do it.
Yeah, it's like for us, it's not so bad because we're like coming home.
Right.
But it's AX that I'm thinking about, right? That it's like spoiler season probably, if we're like following the same cadence, right, has to start the week after Worlds, which is AX, which is fine. We'll fly home. We can shoot a video after Worlds. But the people that stay for AX are like kind of doomed. If it's like, all right, your video's on Tuesday and you're at AX until Sunday, and your flight home is on Monday. Enjoy.
Yeah, the
only
only thing
videos due on Tuesday.
The only thing I could think of is like they contact the content creators that are getting the spoilers like soon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like early, and then
Right.
film the video and then have the videos like scheduled
maybe
for later.
It's just so like if they do that, I guess you don't really need context. We don't need context for our cards,
Right.
because we're like memers and we shoot a stupid, like silly video. But I think about people that, like Dan or Kel and people that like usually talk about their card. Like, oh, here's my card, and this is why I think it's going to be good, and this is what you can do with it, which is hard without design notes.
Right.
If you're like, we gave you the CL card to spoil, and you're like, I don't know what he does, and then I don't know, context, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's good and bad. Like I like a condensed season. Like lots of exciting things are coming. We've sort of suffered through our 8 weeks or whatever of pretty light on news, and now it's going to be all very jam packed. We're gonna have Worlds, and then AX is the next week, and then spoiler season, and then the set is out in 2 weeks. So it'll be super jam packed. So, but maybe you're right. Maybe they're just like doing spoilers differently. Maybe they are spoiling a bunch of stuff at Worlds. It could be that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we do Path of Puzzle again or something, and there's a billion spoilers.
Yeah.
What event was that? Was that Chicago?
Yeah. That was the one I didn't get to go to.
I know that you're out there, one Silidar, and I thank you for watching our program. We stalled long enough, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a new tweet from one at Silidar, tidbit number 13. The set introduces cards with 2 elements. Stephen, we were right. Surely.
Double face cards.
Surely Mirror World.
Double elements. Oh,
We're getting Mirror World? Oh.
very interesting.
That's kind of huge. That's really interesting. 2 elements, huh? I mean, that's good. It's sort of... We're Magic players. Did you guys know that we play Magic the Gathering sometimes? I don't really, but... I think there's a lot of really cool design space in gold cards. And gold cards, for those of you that aren't cursed to play Hasbro's Wonder Child, are cards that are 2 colors in Magic. And I think one of the coolest things about that sort of design space is every element in Grand Archive has its own identity, right? Like fire is about direct damage and discarding cards. Water is about floating memory and milling cards. Wind is about suppression and preventing damage, right? And you get a really cool sort of cross section when you combine these cards. So like, what is the identity of fire and wind together? And then you get this, sort of amalgamation of 2 different color identities, which I think is really cool. In this case, it will be less so like it is in Magic, where it's like you have to be a fire and a wind element to play this. It'll assumingly be you can play it in either a fire or a wind deck.
Yeah, and depending on which element you have enabled, does a different thing.
Yeah, maybe has extra text. But that's super cool. I think as the game gets older and we see more like card pool, things like this become more important. Sort of allowing you different avenues for deck building and supporting multiple things with single card releases and stuff like that. So that's sort of my assumption, but who knows? Maybe they're DFCs. I think DFCs would be really cool too.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit harder, so I think it makes the most sense. I mean, like we have 1, right? And I think that's a great example where we have Dusklight Communion, which is sort of a dual element card.
Yeah.
Obviously a norm card, but has caveats for having 2 different elements.
I'd also like to point out that Lubu, 2 elements, Terra and Exia.
True. So I guess that's a great example though. So if we consider Lubu to be a 2 element card, I think that does point much more directly to them being not DFCs, but single face cards.
Right.
Because this does, Silidar uses the word introduce.
Right.
And it would not be an introduction if we were considering Lubu to be a double face card, so maybe he does not consider Lubu to be 2 elements.
Right.
So it means there'll be 2 elements on the front side, which is cool.
That'd be very interesting. It'd be super cool if it had 1 element when you cast it.
Yeah.
And then if it was in the graveyard or something, it had like an advanced element and you can cast it later on in the game.
Maybe. You ready for this? We had to find one cursed Omega Copium thing that we could say. Maybe a dual element card would be a good place to put class bonus, element bonus, Diana bonus.
Ooh, interesting.
And you're right, and it has you get a second ability like Astra element bonus, but it's like a blue card.
Yeah. You're cooking. You're cooking.
I don't know. We'll see. Could be cool.
Could be cool.
That's a cool one. Thank you, Silidar. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think this set's going to be kind of an all timer.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling like it's an all timer for me.
I think I'm really curious. Chat. We do a live show. Thank you for watching our live show, and I am curious how you feel because I think I said this a couple of weeks ago that this very much feels like our Innistrad, right? Our sort of like people will look back at Grand Archive and be like, DTR, that was the set that was my favorite set or got me into the game or whatever. And I think it sort of has that feel to it so far. Because like we're very excited for it, so it's hard to look outside of our bubble.
Right.
But anecdotally, it feels like people are really excited for the setting and the champions. And we're curious how you guys feel. Are you guys very excited? What's your favorite Grand Archive set so far? I think this is the first one, at least for me, that feels. It's probably just the world setting, but like feels like something outside of what I associate with Grand Archive that I'm excited for.
Right. My favorite set so far has been ALC, but it's very quickly approaching to be DTR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, hold on. Chat, you guys are crazy. Sphinx's Revelation? No. Come on.
That's a Return to Ravnica card.
Grow up.
That's not for
Grow
me.
up.
Where are your parents?
No, there's...
Yeah, I like ALC as well. Obviously, I'm an RE fan. But like ALC, there's like it's like a separation, right? Because ALC and MRC are in Grand Archive canon,
right?
And so I like associate Grand Archive with that, and I think I by proxy sort of associate DOA with Grand Archive, even though it is outside of the Grand Archive like canon setting, because Canberra is inspired by Arthurian legend. And then I think just like the Three Kingdoms stuff sort of passed me by. That is just not something that I really engaged with.
Right.
As a youth, and I think that's where a lot of people's like love for it comes. Is it has a lot of like cultural significance, but also like, for dumb Americans, love Dynasty Warriors. But I just never really engaged with it. But I'm super super excited for Underland. I just remember what
Underland.
What Underland was called. So,
but yeah, I'm very excited for it as well. I mean, I have very similar youth, I guess, growing up.
We're old now.
I very much I'm not so much enjoy like Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, I couldn't care.
But I'm very much
into Kingdom Hearts.
Well, yes, but I very much consume the media that is based off of his story. So like animes, Kingdom Hearts, even though that is Lewis Carroll's Wonderland. But like I enjoy the not the actual setting, but the like perceived theming.
Yeah, I think the thematics are cool. I don't know if you guys understood this, but like Steve and I spent a lot of time at Hot Topic when we were growing up, right?
Well, you didn't have to
we like the checkered patterns and the frilly Lolita skirts and stuff. It's whatever. Yeah.
if you typed
elder
in,
emos, that's the
if you typed in 2008 emo kid, you'll probably find me.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what we've come to. I was like, why do I like this setting so much? We're like, oh yeah, it's all just like Hot Topic emo stuff.
The mushroom poster that every kid had in their room. That glows a black light.
We're old. Anyways, speaking of elder emos, it's time for our bedtime. Thank you guys for watching the show. We're glad to be back, and it's good to be here. So hopefully we have some stuff to talk about. Hopefully Silidar keeps cranking out those tidbits, so we have some stuff to talk about next week, because next week we're kind of approaching nothing.
Yeah.
Nationals
Despair.
is over. Worlds is still a few weeks away.
Well, at least we'll talk about the ban list.
True. We can talk about the ban list, and I think next week I do want to have a discussion with Steven here about Worlds and the Worlds format, because obviously it's a new game, and we're still sort of finding our footing, and there are growing pains that I'd like to discuss as far as Worlds is concerned. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you want to catch us live, you can do so every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like right now.
Right now.
If you want to catch the show from last week, you can find that on the Tuber on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Asterisk.
Where you can watch last week's show, or you can click on the live. I'm gonna give a quick shout out, and by shout out I mean flaming on the internet, to one Lineage Break Sean, who did not know that all of the live streams of everyone that does anything on YouTube, you can watch the VOD. Those are on the channel. So if you guys miss the show and you don't want to wait till Monday, or you don't want to miss the rambling of us before and after the show, you can watch the VOD as well. That is available to you at youtube.com/lineagebreak. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
Have a good one, guys.
Woo!
Woo.
Trusty Tedgelord goes pretty crazy. I love Tedgelord.
I hate
Tedgelord behavior.
I said put a capital T on it, and you put Tedgelord. Come on,
Steve. I don't know how you do this to yourself.
Every time, every
garner,
week,
garner so many meme nicknames. That's a good one though.
Trusty Tedgelord is really good.
Yeah, I like. I'm a big fan when you just you turn a meme into such an obfuscation of what it originally meant, so that anybody that doesn't understand is just utterly confused. And I think that's exactly where Trusty Tedgelord fits, for sure. It's if you don't watch the show, it's what the fuck are these guys talking about? Who's Trusty Tedgelord?
It's me.
And it's
I'm Trusty Tedgelord.
Trusty Tedgelord. It's got a good ring to it. The Trusty Tedgelord Teve. No, the dog. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope that you guys enjoyed us being back.
Oh,
thank you to Silly Dar for watching the show as well, because now we can confirm that he's putting out the tidbits just for us.
This handsome man just can't be stopped, by the way.
Oh man, is that a Barrett keyboard?
Yeah.
Good, sick. Good.
So one man just can't be stopped.
Oh man, this Perfy guy, he's always sucking up, Even in person, he's just the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
I'm gonna get Trusty Tedgelord Teve tattooed on my
Trusty Tedgelord Teve. The triple T's for sure. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I sort of treat the podcast like the closing presentation or whatever, where I was so excited to talk about all those things, and then we did.
And now it's
Now
over.
it's over. It's now what do I do? Gotta go back to my normal day to day. Gotta work or something. It's cringe. Flex more merch after Worlds.
Oh,
I'm so excited for Worlds merch.
We gotta get some more of these Aries out of here. More dudes.
True. No, I mean, I thought you meant we need to get more Aries.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna get more Aries.
No, less Aries.
If you're an artist and you're coming to Worlds, please make an acrylic standee of Arisana, and I will put it on the desk. You will get free advertisement for the rest of time. And think about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
CL shirt.
buy as many CL shirts as I possibly can.
One or two.
Nah, I want 5.
Okay.
I want to wear one every day of the week.
Oh, okay. I see. Need more Merlin standees. I'd rather die. I would rather gun to my head, pull the trigger, than put Merlin on this table.
Yeah. Merlin. Oh, Tristan maybe, but definitely not Merlin.
I'm not a Tristan hater. I'm a Merlin hater.
We definitely enjoy Tristan here.
That's true.
We got
She's back there.
She's got some beautiful stuff over here, but
We're gonna have to move, Steven.
Hmm?
Eventually, chat,
Oh,
Steven.
Mm.
We're gonna have to move pretty soon. So you guys might see the studio, as it were, a little bit different.
Maybe it'll
So
evolve into a cooler thing.
we're gonna evolve it into hopefully something cool. I figure out where we're gonna put it first, but we might be doing some redecorating because the ye old Webway Games is probably asterisk moving shop in a couple of months. So we'll keep you guys tuned to the news. More Arisana merch. I agree, Perfy. You're so true, King. Don't listen to Terry.
Less Arisana merch, please.
Terry, when was the last time you played Merlin? I don't even want to hear it, man. All right. If Merlin were to take over Arisana, I would burn this whole world down.
Yeah, Mage Cleric.
I'd burn
Mage
this,
Cleric.
burn this
Merlin.
whole world fucking down, dude. It would be getting some really angry emails from me.
Or Mage,
And they already get lots of really angry emails from me. So
Mage Cleric.
don't do this.
Merlin,
don't do this to
Merlin
me,
the
man.
astronomer.
Don't do this to me. I can't. I'm so glad that Merlin is like a Cambria character, and hopefully we never see her again. Mage Cleric goated. Yeah, it would be pretty good. When it's coming back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, chat. I think that's I think you're huffing a little bit of that Tony Cope. Huffing just a little bit.
Do you think Tony lost the ability to travel?
Nah, probably not. He's a Chad. He's
He
actually
just-
probably way more powerful than most champs, right? Or I guess he just he stays attuned to Neos, so he's like always Chad instead of having to like world hop and reattune to a new element or whatever. He's just like vibing.
Yeah, but I'm
Mhm.
I'm just curious on how that works. Like, do you think like he completely loses the ability to world hop because he left the Grand Archive?
I don't think so. I mean, like Tristan has it, right?
Right.
She's not a GA champ.
But we don't. I guess we just don't know enough about how it works.
Yeah, it's because it's all trapped in like Roger's brain or something. We have to extract it.
Yeah.
His story hasn't finished. He and Claude have to get together. You still,
Can you please just send us that so we can read it?
like, where's the fanfic, bro? You keep saying that you're gonna send it, but like, I know it doesn't exist. I won't have it.
Yeah, we like some. We love some BL on Lineage Break here.
It'd be cool if Ternars came back, but like, I assume he was intended not to.
Yeah. I don't know.
We're in kind of a weird spot. I do like really what Terry, what is this shit? what are we talking about? I find it really interesting the like sort of wheel. Is that the 50% that you're lying or 50% that you're telling the truth?
Hey.
I find it interesting to like sort of think about who the quote unquote Grand Archive characters are, and it doesn't feel like there's actually very many.
Well, it's Lorraine, Rye.
Yeah.
But
But like I don't even know because like their stories were so unclear.
in their original like bios, it tells us they're Grand Archive champions.
No, I know. I just mean like with the fuck off,
This fucking
dog.
man.
With the presumed possibility for them to return.
Oh,
You know, where like Ari and Diana, I think is very obvious. They like sort of
well, Diana confirmed.
yeah, sort of planned them that way though, right? And I agree. I think like Lorraine, Rye,
Tristan. Well,
now,
kinda.
yeah,
Not Grand Archive, but
Xandor, I guess.
Xander.
But I don't know. Xander's got like a very
Vanitas?
Cambrian. He's got a very Cambrian sort
Does
of.
he? Not really.
Well, he's like all of his cards are about being fucking chosen by the Korhazi, you know?
Yeah, but is Korhazi? Is that like
It's a Cambria thing.
Is that an? I guess it's a Cambria thing.
It's one of the like one of the sects on
Yeah, Cambria.
Cambria. So like I assume he's not leaving, you know,
Yeah,
because
maybe.
he's the
He's the
Korhazi
leader.
boss.
Yeah.
Who's the fourth champion? Rye,
Sylvie,
Lorraine.
but
Sylvie
confirmed not to be.
is also a Cambria champion because she came back, but was still in Cambria.
Right. It was like an alternate story,
Yeah.
which is what I thought they were going to be doing for all of the recos.
I did too. Yeah,
But then we got
so yeah, I don't know.
the ones we got.
And then of course there's like Alan and not Merlin.
Mecha Alan Wen though.
Who's the warrior? Mordred. Mordred is also Cambria pilled.
Yep.
Right? Oh no, he might be a Grand Archive champ. I don't know. Mordred's a Arthurian character, right?
Yeah.
So it's like Alan. So Alan, Lorraine, Rye,
Those are the
Ari,
three.
Diana.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Kongming or Gojo. Oh, Jin, Grand Archive pilled. Our king.
Yeah,
Could
Kongming,
come back.
Goja probably not. I mean, they're from the homeworld, but
They're
very,
just named Three Kingdoms characters, so it feels
Yeah.
very weird to be
to
like,
bring 'em
here's our new cyberpunk setting or whatever, and
back. Yeah, it's Kongming.
and Kongming's in it. It's like what why, you know? So yeah, I don't know. And then like basically every character from ALC, right? Because they're all original characters.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm very hopeful for like Vanitas.
Vanitas, yeah, I think
Polcock.
Vanitas, Nico, Polcock, all surely.
Nico. Yeah.
Coming
It
back.
would be super cool if we could get like their homeworld and it's just like militant like destruction.
Yeah.
Because like
It's blowed up. They blowed it up. I
they
think.
blowed it up.
It's bloated up. Geldis. Why do we keep saying Geldis? All right, how about this, you cucks out there? You gonna put your money where your mouth is? Not Theo. Anyone, Terry, who's saying the word Geldis in our chat. Are you buying Geldis CSRs when they come out in SP3? Thoughts? Of course, they're fake fans, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody a real Geldis fan.
We are.
Except for Trent and Bollinger.
It was our spoiler card.
Obviously, I'm holding you to that,
Terry, if you don't have a place at a Gelda CSRs
at Worlds,
at Worlds, canceled.
every time I see one opened, I'm gonna personally message you and be like, "Hold right here, sir. That just opened a Geldis. I have a buyer for you. Let me call Terry."
When I open my Geldis, you better buy it from me.
yeah, triple the price.
No. You can have it for a good price.
It was a good price, like $15.
No. I'll give him the price that Mark gave me the Lancelot for.
It was $25
Yeah.
or something. Jesus Christ, $20K buys a lot of Geldis. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll buy for 21. What are you guys selling your Volda CSRs for? She's hot. I think $150. I think that's what I'm paying. Terry leaked his gauntlet deck to me. 10 Geldis. That goes crazy.
Yeah.
So since DOA is out of print, does that mean that we have to change the rule that if a deck list is wrong, you replace those cards with refurbishes, and we replace them with Geldis instead?
Yeah.
So if you submit an illegal deck, you just get to play 60 Geldis. Thoughts? Could be cool. Hi, Aaron. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Woo. We're very proud of you. Now you just got to win Worlds. Woo.
The tough part about Worlds is every year.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is the only second time, and the first time was a little less. But now there's like so many more slots,
Yeah, they're just all friends of ours.
and they're all just friends, and I want to root for them all.
No, it's good. It means no matter what you win,
Right.
there's somebody that you like wins.
Right.
Or you know,
Don't worry. We don't have to worry.
Perfy.
Jason May's not. Jason May's not.
Yeah, it's usually I would bully Limelight, but I was like, who
That
do
guy
I get to
quit.
bully now? Perfy gets my bully slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually I'd be like, yeah, everybody we want to win except for Limelight. Like that doesn't work anymore because that guy's retired. So Perfy's taking the bully slot now. Congratulations, Perfy. Even though I'm bully Perfy. But yeah, I agree. It's really stacked too. I hope they must they'll print like a full list.
Soon, TM.
I don't know if they've updated it for NA Nats, but all of them were on the World's website.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if let's see if it's been not updated yet. We just have the first couple. Thank you, producer son. But yeah, lots of people to root for. We're very happy for all of you. I think it'll be super fun. I'm actually really excited for the Gauntlet. I think the Gauntlet is going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
One day event, I think.
I'm excited for Disneyland.
You going to Disney?
I'm thinking about it.
I think Sean's trying to go on Thursday.
Yeah, like we have nothing going on. Sean? Oh, Thursday. Okay.
Sean and Log. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, go to Disney.
I was gonna say Wednesday. He's getting in
Okay.
at like 1 a.m.
Yeah, dude. Trevor loves a theme park.
I
And it's
honestly,
it's like a shitty theme park.
honestly,
Oh yeah.
I would prefer to go to Universal because Universal Hollywood is goated. I've been there a bunch of times. I love it. I've a bunch of pictures. Though they did retire the Jaws animatronic, and I'm kind of upset about it.
Gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, Perfect got 7th. I hear Girthos told me that he crushed him so bad. It was just like,
Yeah.
No contest. Just really embarrassing stuff, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
From Cam.
Yeah. Yeah, Disneyland prices they're pretty expensive, right? Thank God it wasn't streamed. Go eat Costco hot dogs, Aaron. Don't. There's this thing that Americans do where they say things ever and they're all bad and stupid. Costco hot dogs suck. So
I'll be eating some Coney dogs on Tuesday.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, when you guys are in Boston, that's when we get the hot dogs.
Yeah, everyone's
Coney Island hot dogs
in Worcester,
go
Massachusetts.
Crazy.
We're gonna all 300, 400 players.
We'll get a hot dog.
We're all gonna go to Coney Island all at the same time.
Listen, if because of course it's gonna be the biggest ascent of all time. When it's 800 players, like Akihabara, because we have to be bigger than Akihabara, of course, for Ascent Boston. If I buy literally every single person a hot dog, that's only like $1,500 or something. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Every single person can have a Coney Island hot dog. I'm glad. Cam's doing a sleepover in his store. Yeah, of course. You guys can sleep on the floor. I think that's like hyper illegal, but I'll allow it.
But you guys know what that means. That means that locals that Friday, Webway Games, gonna go crazy.
I actually have some really bad news on that front. That I can tell you guys. And I can tell the internet too. It's like, whatever. I don't care. You guys have a window into my life. Webway Games, at our current location, our lease expires on September 1st. We hate our building, so we are like almost assuredly moving. We don't know where yet, but we're looking at some places, so we're almost assuredly moving. But what that unfortunately means, which like kind of it's like nice and also sucks, is that Ascent Boston is the last week of August. So probably the store will be closed by the time that you guys are here for Boston, because we will be moving to our new location. So unfortunately, probably no locals on Friday, because we will probably be closed, which sucks. Or the huge sleepover, because it's basically an empty store. If you're a viewer of the podcast, you're welcome to come into our empty store, but it will not be open to the public.
But you have to prove it.
You do have to prove it.
We will look at our chat history, and you have to show us your YouTube. And if you're not in our chat history,
no. We'll just ask you what Steve's name is.
Oh yeah.
And if that's the password is Trusty Tedgelord Teve. And if you
no, it's whatever it has evolved to in a month and a half, because we all know it's going to evolve again.
You knock on the door, we open up the slot. What's the password?
Yeah,
Trusty Tedgelord Teve. Welcome. Vampire River, yeah, basically that's the plan. Who knows? Maybe we'll be up and running in the new location by then. But it's currently looking like our timeline is probably being closed that week. And like we're local, right? So like we're gonna try to help out the team to set up, because we're here. We like mine as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to help the team set up. So like probably Webway Games will be closed. We'll be helping out to set up Ascent.
Yeah.
Etc. If they need us. If they don't need us, then we'll just be here lying on the floor.
Or moving.
This room will be empty, and we'll just be sitting on the floor doing the podcast with just the mics, holding them in our hands.
No, we should get rid of the table. It should be empty except for us holding the mics, the camera.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We don't even have
no
the
chairs.
TVs.
We're sitting on the floor for sure, and it's like angled down. Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Trevor holding it, just like shakes every so often. It's like, I have to move real quick. You claim to have grown up as Weird Girls TM, so inquiring minds want to know. What do you think of Sebastian Stan's performance of the Mad Hatter in Once Upon a Time? I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're saying.
I didn't make it that far in Once Upon a Time. I stopped
Just my wife. Hi, Cam.
I stopped when the Frozen stuff started is when I stopped watching Once Upon a Time.
What the fuck is Once Upon a Time?
It is a.
Am I too zoomer to even know what that is?
It is an ABC show. It's a fairy tale show. Yeah, it's a fairy tale show.
From what? When did it come out though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I should have watched it when I was 15 or whatever.
Yeah, maybe a little after that.
I stopped being an emo kid after I got out of high school. So. Well, I mean, like I'm who I am now, but
yeah,
that's why I became a weeb. Look at me now.
It's just like they made all the fairy tale characters hot, and
nice,
and then like
sick.
Interwove them into a story.
Sick.
Captain Hook though.
Say hot. We're going to get pictures. I think that's what Steve's on. He's going to show me pictures of Captain Hook. This is crazy. I must have missed this this bus entirely.
Were you a Supernatural fan?
Yes.
I was also a Supernatural fan though. Like.
He is hot. Holy my
dude.
lord.
And there was like he just smolders on screen all the time.
Don't Tapton Took me.
Tapton Took. It's funny.
Fool of a Tapton Took.
Storybrooke is it's a pretty good town name. That's true.
Yeah.
They
Storybrooke.
So the whole
stupid.
The whole thing, right?
Stupid.
Is that to escape away from the evil queen. Or not escape. The evil queen casts a curse on all of Storyland. I don't actually remember what it was called, but the fairy tale land. She casts a thing, and it traps everyone into this like remote town in Maine called Storybrooke.
So fucking
and
dumb.
Then removes all of their memories.
Sick.
Except Prince Charming and Snow White's daughter gets put into a magic tree and teleported to the real world before the curse hits. So she grows up in the real world and has a kid, and then gives that kid away. And then that kid finds out who she is.
Spoilers. And
goes and like visits her, and then she brings him back to Storybrooke, and then no one remembers their story characters, and then they like all sort of get their memories back.
Weird.
And then, hot Captain Hook.
Sick. Apparently the Wonderland spinoff goes crazy. Should we watch that in preparation for DTR?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
So
if you're gonna watch any off-world Wonderland, I suggest you watch Pandora Hearts.
The anime?
The anime, because that anime goes crazy.
Are you sure?
What?
I don't know. Are you sure?
Am I sure that the anime goes crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. As an edgelord, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
See, I know that that happens to people, myself included.
What?
Where you watch a show 10 years ago and you're like, that show goes crazy, but it like doesn't in hindsight go crazy.
I mean, it's like an edgy like Alice in Wonderland story.
Rex is into it. I've literally never watched it. I have no idea.
In fact, the chain tattoo that you get. So like, there's something called the Abyss.
Yeah.
And there's creatures there called chains.
Yeah.
And you can like make a contract with them.
Sure.
And when you do, you get a seal over your heart and it's like a clock.
Sick.
And that was one of the first tattoos I wanted to get when I was
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That is very, very you pilled for sure.
I still probably will get it when I lose weight. But I'm a big fan of Pandora Hearts.
Well, maybe I'll check it out.
It is very you probably wouldn't not like it.
Yeah.
It has cute girls in it, very Madoka adjacent with the it's like
maybe I'm peeping.
It's like if Madoka took place in the like Victorian era.
Sick. Okay.
Except the main character's a
boy. Cringe.
Kinda. There's a lot of really pretty girls. And Alice is a pretty girl.
Sheesh. I love Alice. Damn, Thea. Stop being so... It's Thea's wife guy, you know? He's so wife guy pilled.
Theo, if you pay for it, I will get CL over my heart.
Sheesh. The Tim Burton live action movie was the Wheeled Girl Blueprint. Which Tim Burton live action movie? Just in general? Wait, what live action movies has Tim Burton done? Like Edward Scissorhands?
No, the Alice in Wonderland ones. I'm assuming that's what.
Oh shit! Yeah, the one with what is it? Is that Johnny Depp
as the Mad Hatter and
dude, I forgot that those exist.
What's her name?
He also did
Helena Bonham Carter is the Red Queen.
Yeah.
And that other really, what's her name? Anne Hathaway is the White Queen.
I love Anne Hathaway.
I love Anne Hathaway. That's a good movie too. Oh, and Chris, what is his name? The dad from
I'm a fake weird
Crispin
girl for sure.
Glover. The dad from Back to the Future. Crispin.
Oh shit.
What's his name? Chat. What's his name?
I don't remember.
He's like the red knight that serves.
Sure.
Yeah.
Royalty free. Shrek said. What the fuck? Yeah, that's it. We also love that the team watches LB, and by the team we mean Theo and Cameron at their home, and the other ones maybe, you know. Yeah, public domain on Shrek. Yeah, the new movie's coming out this year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's public domain. I think that's how that works. Literally this year, right?
What?
The new Shrek movie.
Dude, it was so funny. It was like a year or two ago. Someone like went up. He was like on a red carpet for something. And they were like talking to Mike Myers, and he was like, "Is there going to be another Shrek movie?" And he was like
Shirley. Or whatever,
he's like,
right? Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah.
And then they asked about, or no, they asked him about Austin Powers.
Yeah.
And he said, if I was a betting man, I would say Shirley.
Yeah.
And then they asked him about Shrek, and he said yes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Austin Powers coming back would go so crazy.
Yeah.
Shakespeare did write Shrek. That is true. Wherefore art thou, donkey?
I just want my swamp back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how hard Shrek would go if it was, because chat. Do you know this?
What a crazy way to start a sentence. I don't know how hard Shrek would go.
Do you know who it originally was supposed to be Shrek?
Like instead of Mike Myers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was supposed to be I'm blanking. Why can't I think of his name?
What was he in? Chris Farley?
Chris Farley.
Oh,
it was supposed to be
fantastic.
Chris Farley. And there is
that would go crazy.
test footage of him
As
like,
Shrek?
with like storyboards.
Sure.
You can watch it on YouTube.
I mean, we got to give some respect to Mike Myers.
No. That's what I'm saying, right? I don't know if it would have been, because Chris Farley was just using his voice.
Oh, he's just doing Chris Farley, not the cursed Scottish accent?
Correct.
I see.
So I don't know if it would have hit the same, and the character design was a little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't know if Shrek would have hit the same if it wasn't.
I don't think so. I do love Chris Farley.
I love Chris Farley. Don't get me wrong. Chris Farley is probably one of the greatest comedians of our time. I just don't know if Shrek would have hit as hard as it did if it wasn't Mike Myers.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a weird thought, right? Because like in my we will
That's
just
our canon, yeah.
Right, we'll just never know because Mike Myers is the GOAT, and like
he's the ogre.
Right,
as
correct. He is the ogre.
Yeah.
So like that's the reality we live in. But like
You guys like Shrek?
I love Shrek. I love Shrek. I love up to Shrek 3, and then I won't watch any. Body
that guy's dead.
Yeah. He got canceled, then died.
Oh, good. Well, fuck him then.
Deserved. Did I ever tell you my Smash Mouth story?
No.
Okay, chat. We can have a conversation about Smash Mouth real quick. Every year, there is a fair in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Called the Topsfield Fair.
That's all they have up there is the field.
Correct.
It's just a field.
Yeah, it's just a field. And every year, there's musical guests that play in the Topsfield Fair.
Smash Mouth played the fucking Topsfield
It was either
Fair?
it's either old boomer music like Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Or up and coming country stars.
Yeah, you guys have to understand that the Topsfield Fair is a big deal for exactly the people that live in Topsfield.
Correct. It's not great.
So it's the Coachella of
Massachusetts.
Western Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, I guess Boston Calling is the Coachella of regular Massachusetts.
People actually care about that one.
So one year, my cousin was like, "Hey,
Tony,
cousin Tony, big deal."
He's a big deal. He's very famous around here. He is more important than the Topsfield Fair.
Correct. He was like, "Hey, Smash Mouth is going to play at the Topsfield Fair.
That's insane.
My mom is going on that day. Do you want to go?" Obviously, I went.
Mm-hmm.
And we were drinking Das Boots because you might not know this, but the Topsfield Fair is broken up into countries, kind of like a World's Fair.
Yeah.
And
it's like Disneyland.
Yeah, each section has like its own like world food.
It's Western Massachusetts Disneyland.
And there's a German beer. It's just Heineken. A German beer booth that sells plastic boots.
Yeah,
like
I love
Das
that.
Boot.
Like the film Das Boot.
Like the film, Beer Fest.
Yeah.
And we were just drinking those all day until we went to see Smash Mouth. And Smash Mouth went on, and we were like, "Oh, this is great." We were like, "Somebody, we're gonna roll me," and we're like rocking out. We're like, "Oh, this is great." And then the moment happened, and me and my cousin lived in complete shock and awe as Steve, who is the lead singer, I don't remember his last name, of Smash Mouth, invited a group of girls onto stage with him for a girl's 18th birthday and proceeded to be the creepiest motherfucker I've ever seen. And me and my cousin just sat there in the stands going, "Should someone do something? This is weird."
Now he's dead.
And now that guy died. But yeah, that was the story. It was just like me and my cousin just like went to see Smash Mouth, and then he just like was a creep.
We're still talking about Shrek, yeah. We're talking about the field full of tops. It's like the end of Inception. The whole time. I gotta like go and open the store or something.
Do we?
Yeah. Can't sit here talking about Shrek forever, chat.
We could.
But thank you guys for watching us talk about Shrek. It was good to talk about Shrek with you. If you guys like Shrek and Shrek-based podcasts, you can see us next week on Get Out of My Swamp. Thank you all for watching.
Theo, you want to do a podcast called Shrekcast?
Yeah, who can we get in for the Shrek podcast? Is that the podcast that we can get Poro in for? If it's not about spoilers, can he talk about Shrek instead?
The Shrekening.
for the Shrek podcast.
Who's gonna come on my Kingdom Hearts podcast? You?
Yeah, all right. I played those games.
Next week, all Kingdom Hearts all the time.
Oh, Perfy will be there. Crazy. There we go. We'll see it.
Look at that.
Perfy, we're filming the debut episode of Steve's
Kingdom
Hearts podcast at Worlds. We'll see you there.
Get
Out of Me Swamp episode 1 featuring Poro does cover.
Get Out of Me Swamp. I kind of love it. Was it good? Oh god, I wanted to go to it so bad.
The
Kingdom Hearts Orchestra.
The orchestra, yeah. I feel like every time those things are around, I want to go, and I can just never find the time.
Your engagement ring is an Oath Keeper.
Dude, that's so sick.
That is awesome, dude.
That's awesome. Damn, you guys are such nerds. That's crazy.
I got 3 Keyblades sitting in my house right now.
I only have 2. You've got me beat.
I only had the one. It was just like the regular Keyblade, the foam one from like foam and plastic from GameStop.
Yeah.
And then Jake Lil.
Yeah.
sent me a picture.
Oh, the metal one, yeah.
Of the metal one and a like foam foam Oblivion.
Yeah.
And I just like snapped him up.
I have a couple that are made out of wood. I think
I thought you only had one.
I have 2.
Oh.
I might have 3 actually. They're all my dad made them when I was a kid. They're very nice. I have like the Kingdom Key. I think I have Jungle King from
Tarzan.
Deep Jungle.
Yep.
And I have a pumpkin head, which is super delicate because you've seen the fucking head of that Keyblade. It's fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They
They kick around at my home. I will fucking Google that.
Yeah, I will as well.
Oh man.
If you've never played a Kingdom Hearts, we can.
How much time you got?
I will make a Kingdom Hearts podcast just for you.
Yeah,
because I love that series, even if it is god awful and
it's man.
It is a game of all time for sure.
It's one of the games of all time for sure.
I think it would be a super cool podcast to play through all the games and then just talk about how bad the games are.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. Yeah, our Lineage Break Let's Play channel, we have the technology.
Yeah.
We just need the time.
Yeah. I could dedicate some time to that.
To playing Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I always could. Like I love that game.
I haven't replayed one in a long time.
I'm in the middle of it.
Yeah.
By in the middle of it, I'm at end of the world.
Sure. In the end of it.
Yeah. So, it's fine. It's not 2, that's for sure.
2's a banger. I've replayed that one several times recently. Even I am too busy studying for Get Out of Me Swamp. It does take a lot.
You have to study.
Yeah.
For what? You just don't know like all of the words to Shrek 1 by heart like I do.
We're doing the reading.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do a table read of Shrek?
I'd do it. That'd be so good. All right, guys.
Hey guys, we're gonna leave now. Thank you guys for watching. I hate everything that's happened today. We appreciate you. We will see you next week.
Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Hey, the